Y'all, it's been so long, so I want to go ahead and give you guys a few minutes of some Real Housewives of Atlanta updates. There's been a lot happening over the past week, and so I just want to go over a few things. First things first. Okay, Lenny Alex. Y'all, have y'all been watching this show? No, I asked one of my friends, they said they haven't been watching. Then I asked another friend, they said they haven't been watching. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I really don't have a way to watch. I don't have cable. I ain't got no cable. Nene, how can I watch the Lifetime app? I'm just a bit confused at the situation. But listen, no tea, no shade. I'm gonna check it out. I promise. I'm gonna check it out. I promise. Y'all let me know in the comments down below if you guys are watching Outrageous Love with Nene Leakes. But listen, Nene has been doing a number on us as far as Instagram is concerned because she's been all over Instagram looking amazing. Shout out to Freddie for the photos. Listen, she look good. Nene look good. The body is body, yada, 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 yada. I saw a tweet today and they were like, oh my God, Nene looks so good. She's the missing piece to the puzzle. She would gel so well on the season Sweet 16 cast. And I just kind of feel like maybe. And the more I think about it, I just kind of feel like maybe one day she will be back onto the show. I mean, nothing is impossible, right? Never say never. And yeah, she filed the lawsuit. Even though I don't really think it was the lawsuit that really severed the ties. I think it was the fact that she was sending out her fans DMs a petition to boycott the network. And at that particular point in time, you're trying to shut down the network. You're trying to mess with Bravo and NBC Universal's coins. So they had to mess with your coins first. Okay. It is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. But that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is the fact that I feel like enough time can go by for maybe Nene Leakes to possibly return to the show that made her, the show that she made, return to the house that she built. That's been crumbling down for a long time now. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Anyways, Nene looks great. Let me know if you can see or want a Nene return in the future. All right, let me know. Listen, I want to go ahead and let's see. What do I want to do? Let's talk Phaedra. Oh, no. Let's talk Britt and Kelly. Okay, so apparently we found out a few days ago that Britt and Kelly done broke up, right? The besties, the newbies, they done broke up. The dynamic duo done broke up. They done not followed, but unfollowed each other onto Instagrams and things like that. I found out not too long ago that Britt and Kelly had only known each other for about a year before filming started. And so this narrative that they're like super duper close and like best friends and like sisters, it may be true, but only knowing each other for a year or so, I don't really know. Like, how close were y'all truly, really? Okay, we all want to know how you got your own show. So listen, I mean, they've broken up, and shout out to Bingeworthy for the photo. Listen, they broke up. Kelly and Britt broke up, and Kelly just recently had this event last week at the Williams Sonoma, and she was doing like a cooking class and whatnot, and Phaedra was there, and Drew was there, and Angela is there. Shout out to them. And I think she posted a caption talking about some shout out to the true bosses collaborating and not competing. Okay. Well, who is Kelly talking about? Is she talking about Shamia? I don't think so, because Shamia is her bestie. Okay. Shamia then replaced Britt, and hell, Britt might be replacing Shamia. Okay. I guess we'll have to tune in and see. Watch what happens. We'll have to watch what happens when it happens live. But it's not Shamia, because Kelly and Shamia are besties. Okay, she could be talking about Portia, because I kind of feel like Portia, she's in her Nene era where, she feels like her shit don't stink, and she's up here now. Okay, Portia started from the bottom and now she's here. So I don't know if she's treating the newbies as warmly as she could. So maybe she's talking about Portia. And then who else isn't here? We have who's missing? Britt, Okay, it could be Britt, obviously, because they unfollowed each other. And is that it? Kelly, Phaedra, Drew, Angela, Britt, Portia. I'm missing somebody. Shamia. Yeah, that's it. My question is, who is competing? Now, we do know that Britt is trying to get her business off the ground as far as her skims, her what do you call that? Her shapewear. I think it's shapewear, loungewear, shapewear, and what have you. And so I don't know what she means by competing. I don't know if she means business wise, but listen, I guess they're out here competing and it's a very interesting situation. This is the second event that I know of that Kelly had that Britt was not in attendance. Okay. Very, 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 very interesting situation. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Moving right along, let's talk about, speaking of Phaedra, but Phaedra. Y'all, I ran across this headline and I was like, what? Media takeout, Phaedra Parks left Married to Medicine after Apollo's wife tried to jump her on camera. What in the hell is going on? Okay. What is going on in Atlanta, child? So apparently, y'all know a few weeks ago, it was rumored that Dr. Heavenly done brought on Shireen and Apollo, which is, Phaedra's ex-husband and Apollo's current wife, Shireen. And she came on and did a scene, I guess, on the cast trip and whatnot, and read Phaedra down for whatever reason, right? Well, this article on Media Takeout is sourcing Funky Dineva. And apparently, allegedly, shout out to Funky Dineva apparently said that things got really, really bad and Shireen got her friends involved and it was nearly a fist fight, right? Okay. They say Media Takeout confirmed that during taping of the current season of Married to Medicine, her ex-husband Apollo Nida and his wife Shireen were invited to ambush her. Apollo's new wife Shireen went off on Phaedra and read her down badly on camera, but that's not the best part. According to gossip vlogger Funky Dineva, Shireen brought some friends with her and tried to put hands on the beautiful attorney and reality TV star. Funky claims that the encounter nearly turned into a fist fight with Phaedra, leaving her feeling unsafe. Okay. That the encounter nearly turned into a fist fight with Phaedra, leaving her feeling unsafe on the franchise. Okay, so Phaedra is playing a Kenya Moore. Okay. She feels unsafe. She's claiming that she feels unsafe. Well, now Media Takeout was told that Phaedra, being the professional that she is, finished out all of her obligations with the network as far as green screen interviews. And after she was done, she successfully made the transition back over to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. So, yeah, apparently they're saying that it was nearly a fist fight. And they're saying that her friends got involved. Wait, let me see. Yeah, it says Shireen brought some friends with her and tried to put hands on the attorney and reality star. It nearly turned into a fist fight with Phaedra, leaving her feeling unsafe on the franchise. Listen, I don't really know what Shireen's issue is with Phaedra, if there's an issue at all, if this is true. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. My whole thing is that, I just don't like the optics of, Shireen seemingly projecting the violence that's happening in her household onto Phaedra. Okay, I don't know what Phaedra did. You know what I mean? But I heard and y'all heard and everybody else heard that Shireen was getting dragged by her roots in her own home. Okay. And that Apollo was smacking her upside the head and dragging her inside their own home. Right? Which I think is a very, very disgusting situation. And Apollo deserves discipline for what he did to Candy. Or in this case, Shireen. Right? And apparently he got arrested and things like that. But I would assume that you would be focused more so on the things that are happening within your relationship like you allegedly cheating, like your husband allegedly putting his hands on you, versus you trying to put your hands on your husband's ex-wife. Okay? I'm just saying. So y'all let me know how I feel about this situation. And honestly, I don't really care too much, seeming as though this is going to be on Married to Medicine. I think I would be more excited about this storyline if it was happening onto the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because y'all know how I feel. I love Married to Medicine. I love the ladies of Married to Medicine, but I love Housewives a little bit more. And, you know, I'm happy because Phaedra belongs with the princesses of Thotland. And even though some of the girlies were calling Phaedra the head doctor, that is not the type of doctor that belongs to Married to Medicine. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that situation in the comments down below. All right. Now, speaking of Phaedra, her friend, I'm trying to do a segue, child. Speaking of husbands or ex-husbands, yeah, that's a better segue. Speaking of ex-husbands, Marc Daly a few days ago went on to, I'm assuming, Instagram Live and had a lot to say, dragging Bravo and calling Andy Cohen the snake in chief, defending his ex-wife amid her firing or her leaving the Real Housewives of Atlanta after this porn, revenge porn situation, right?
Experience was great, except for you know who, the producers, and Mr. Cohen, the snake in chief. You guys know that, right? You see how they did Kenya dirty? And you know what's funny? Everyone said, "Oh, Mark, you this, Mark, you that." You know what? If I was there, they would never had that crazy. A husband sometimes got to stand up and the same way a wife has to protect her husband if he's going off the rails. If I would have never let that happen, you all would have said, "Oh, he's bossing him around," but she still would have got a check. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just life. Everyone I met through.
Okay, so first off, not only is this fool dragging Bravo, okay, saying, they did her dirty, Then he dragging Andy talking about he's the snake in chief. And then you low-key drag Kenya talking about if I was still her husband, she would never did that. AKA, if I was in Kenya's life like that, she would have never did something that's dumb. Is basically what the hell he's saying. Okay, so first things first, you're still in Kenya's life. You are the father of her child. You still can be a positive impact and influence on her life. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I don't know how you can catch yourself saying that Bravo did her dirty when you did her dirty, and you have yet to apologize for being the worst husband of all time onto international television when you treated her like trash during your charity event all those years ago. Okay, that's number two. Number three, you sitting up here calling Andy Cohen the snake in chief. Honey, how Yvonne from CAU, that bitch from CAU, said, Kenya, the snake is your man. Okay, the snake is your man. And the only reason why he's coming out, because this man has never talked about Bravo, Andy Cohen, Kenya, or this goddamn reality TV show on Instagram Live a day in his life. And the only reason why he's coming out now is because now he has to dig deeper in those pockets to take care of their daughter. A mess. He's a fool. Next. Now, you guys, speaking of Kenya leaving the show, her enemy, Miss Marlo Hampton, was asked how she felt about Kenya being allegedly fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and this is what she had to say.
Marlo Hampton says Kenya made her bed, so she gotta...
How do I feel about Kenya getting kicked off? I don't know, people... First of all, y'all know I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida. We're not haters. I don't want anyone to get kicked off that's a single mom with a child. But due to I know that she was one of the people who was strongly against me not coming back, I just feel like God does not play about his people, and what goes around comes around. So
God does not play about his people, child.
Figure this shit out. Keep putting on your Batman outfit and going into what is she going into? Sally's, and showing people how discounted your products are now. I just feel that what goes around comes around. I can't wait to see her. I got something to show her. I got something to show her that I'm not like her. I really do. So we live in the same neighborhood. I'm sure we'll bump into each other. But no, I don't feel good. I mean, I'm not her, so I don't feel good about her not having a job and not working. But I feel that when you make your bed, my granny always said, you have to lay in it. You gotta lay in it. So she's laying in it right now, but she'll bounce back around. She'll bounce back. She definitely will.
All right. So listen, I expect that out of Marlo. A lot of people are like, oh my God, she's obsessed. She's obsessed with Kenya. She can't stop talking about Kenya. She's a hater. She's this. Why is she talking about Sally's and, Kenya Moore hair spa, hair care when, we haven't heard of anything that's going on with Lay Archive, even though Lay Archive is not the sort of business that consumers or that the public would be concerned about as it deals with the behind the scenes fashion for celebrities and, production companies and things like that. Right. Y'all cannot shop Lay Archive. You cannot rent from Lay Archive. Lay Archive is not Rent the Runway. Lay Archive is not Thread Up. Lay Archive is not what is that called? The Real. It's not for you and me. It's for people in the industry. It's for production companies. It's for, Anyway, so yeah. Listen. This is not a surprise. They don't get along. They're not friends. They hate each other, essentially. And Kenya was one of the people who went to the producers and convinced them not to hire Marlo back. Just like how they convinced, like how she convinced producers not to hire Tiffany Rose. It's funny how Kenya had all of this influence to not get these girls onto the show. And then 4 weeks into filming season Sweet 16, she gets fired for blowing up a picture of Britt Eady, plastering it on a poster board for her guest at her 10th grand opening for the hair care spa. Britt Eady, a whole picture of her on a poster board sucking a BBC big black cock. And they fired her, allegedly. It's crazy how she had all of that influence in the beginning of the season, and then 4 weeks in, they said, oh, bye, Kenya. You're gone. You gotta go. Okay, let's bring Phaedra back. We gotta bring in the reinforcements, bring Phaedra back. And I hope they show everything. And I hope Kenya gets green screens. And I hope she, like they really need to go into it like Kenya is like a real housewife. Right. Anyways, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. Oh, that's Shireen and Apollo, for those who don't know. And I have this picture of Heavenly. I meant to talk about this when I was talking about Phaedra and Heavenly. I don't even know if I want to mention this, but I'm gonna just go ahead since I'm already talking. Apparently, Heavenly is trying to rebrand and she wants to, pivot, right, and rebrand. She doesn't want to be an entertainment blogger, not entertainment, a reality TV blogger is what she said. She did a live, and I don't have a clip of it, but you can Google if you care enough. And she was like, I don't want to be a reality TV vlogger anymore. And I don't want to be messy anymore. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want more purpose for my life. I want to do things that are more meaningful and purposeful, is what she said. I don't want to stoop so low in the gutter with House of Aaron and Carlos King. Yeah. Okay. And listen, to be honest, I feel like she should pivot. I feel like she should. Well, I don't know, because I feel two ways about it. One, I feel like she has amassed a really good audience. A lot of people do like her Messy Mondays. I know people personally that aren't really into like, bloggers and whatnot, but they really, really, really do like the Messy Monday show with Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly, because a lot of people feel like their chemistry and their banter is really, really good. So that's one. But two, I kind of feel like Heavenly kind of is above it. in my opinion, I feel like she could be in the space of doing more dentistry content. Like, I feel like those videos on Instagram Reels and TikToks and stuff like that, and YouTube Shorts of the dentists and the hygienists like cleaning the teeth and scraping off the plaque and doing the, I guess the orthodontists, they do the braces and some of them do the Invisaligns and the teeth whitenings and the x-rays and things like that. Like those types of videos or those shorts or whatever get a lot of views. And I feel like if she leans more into that, like she could amass a bigger audience and to me make a bigger check. In my opinion. Um, so I guess we'll see. If Dr. Heavenly does, pivot and rebrand, she would have to sever her, I guess, on-screen presence with Mr. Carlos King. So I think that's going to be interesting. But I also feel like mess runs in Dr. Heavenly's veins. And so I don't know if she's ever going to give up being a messy blogger. Okay. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Let's talk about it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye.